Okie dokie, so this is our bodyweight workout together. We are coming at this with whatever flexibility, whatever range of motion you have going on for your body. Same is true for me. We'll have our space around us, our water bottle. We'll take our breaks when we need to. We've got 10 exercises running top to bottom with kind of rest places in between, but otherwise we'll just flow on through. We've got core work, we've got some cardio, so if you don't want to jump, you don't have to. You want to give me more of a pared down version of anything that you see, I'll hopefully be able to talk you through that. We are going with the flow. We're going to move in a way that stretches us, releases us, works us a little bit for our warm-up, and then when we get into our exercises, we'll have a bit of everything for the entire body, so toning top to toe. So let's get to it. So let me just come and stand. Standing nice and tall. We're going to come from one side. If you prefer this with a side to side, please feel free. I'm going to do it one side and then get onto the other. We're going to step and reach. Breathe in to breathe it out. You're just going to take a really nice rhythmical approach to this sweeping arm and this side step. So if you can get into the side bend that gets a little deeper, you do. If you feel like you need to start a bit calmer, this is the first thing we're doing together, please do that as well. You're always going to listen to your body. Let's do 2 more together, but on this one, can you hold it out there for me? So either stay put, or if you're with me, for a little tuck, and then open up, release. Tuck on under, open up. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's go through just one more of these together. And then very simply, you can just pop hands on hips, and we go swapping. Just wiggle out though, so you feel like you're relaxed, ready to give me the other side. Standing up tall, zipping up, use our core. Let's go. On the other side, as wide and as deep for both the side stepping or a lunging movement and the sweeping arm. Just opening up through the upper and lower body, using your core already from the get-go. And just give me, let's do 3 more with that last one to hold it. So now you've got 1 more, let's hold. Same thing, I'm just going to tuck under, lift out. Be careful if you have any shoulder issues. You want to keep it lower, and you sweep in and out. I'm just going to go and do another one, tucked and up, 1 more. And then just give me hands on hips and just kind of walk yourself. So I'm sort of already there, but go with a wide leg. I'm just wiggling myself out. Go with a wide leg. Stand up nice and tall and just come into some forward bending here. So it's going to get your hamstrings. It's going to get the inner thighs. Could get you in the calves as well. When you hinge for me, use the core. If you're not ready to do this kind of movement, you could have a chair or something in front of you to go towards and pop your hands down on top of. Otherwise, just keep with a nice rhythm for me. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. If you want to carry on flowing, you can. If you can give me a hold, let's do that. If you can reach fingertips in front, that might be where you pause. I'm just going to go a little wider with my legs. And maybe I'm in, and maybe I'm in even more. So breathing in where you are. Breathe it out for me. Nice, big, strong, deep breaths. And then when you're ready to come up, just stay in a little bit. And then as you slide up, I'm just going to turn a little bit. We're into wide plie, so it could be that you're wider or narrower to start with. Just play around with it. Reset your spine, lift out through the pelvis, and try to keep this proud chest for me. We're going to have parallel hands reaching down or touching the floor, and then you're going to give me a row when you come back up again. So I'm going to tap or reach and then pull. So if you just want it calm, just give me a calm. So you could reach in front of you. Like I said, gaze and chest, keep them up for me. Sit into your heels. If it's there for you, you drop a bit deeper. Down, lifting up and out. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Nice, calming, rhythmical breath, but opening up through these hips, working on core strength, working on bringing those shoulder blades together at the top of this movement. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Lovely. From here, keep it where it is. If you can just come on down, slide down, not so much the knees, but I'm inside on the inner thighs. We're just going to do this push, little push, press, drop the shoulder, bring it back. Just rotate yourself as appropriate through your rib cage, side to side for me. And then as we come up, we can just walk it in. From here, we can do just our gentle circles if you'd prefer. Otherwise, I would say, let's get into a pelvic tuck with a push and rotate. So the pelvic tuck is really strong glute engagement, working my lower abs, and then you push to rotate. It's a half rotation. It's just a little nudge to the hips. It's whatever you feel you'd like to continue. I know you've just done some standing forward bends, but they were wide ones. So when you tuck, push, press, you could come here and give me a parallel version, which might give you more hamstring stretching. So it's subtle, but it gets the job done for activating your core, activating your glutes, and putting a stretch along with it. So maybe you're going in and out with these half circles for me. Maybe you can give me perhaps, let's have 1 more in each direction if you're doing it the same as me. I'm going one way here, halfway and up. I'm going to tuck, go around the other way, halfway and up. Lovely. So next up, we're going to bring ourselves into, I'm just going to move my mat again because I'm going to come forward. We're going to come into our forward lunge or forward step with whatever arms you would like. So you can give me some high up V's, low down V's. You can give me more of a soft elbow for a chest press or a chest fly action, or a really straight arm. Just be careful not to fling the arms. And we're going to go side to side. So I'll do all sort of different angles for you, but we're going to do left and right for those legs, whatever you like for those arms. If you want to step, you can give me the back heel down and press to stretch your chest with these chest flies. Then you might go into a lunge that has more of a soft elbow, but a V shape up high. You can give me a few of those each side. Then you can do the same thing, pulling back. Let me show you that one coming to the front. So I'm pulling back. That's quite a nice one to just slow you down, make you work your core, keep a lovely upright posture. Just going to do 1 more. Lovely. And then if you needed to, you could always shake out wrists and ankles and do this at any time during our exercises together. And then what we're going to do, just have a little roll down, roll up, into a plank, into a down dog, just to activate our core in that way. Then we'll stay and do a little cat-cow, then we'll come back up and then we'll be ready to go. So find the back of your mat for me. Parallel legs, tuck the chin into the chest. Ease yourself down. Another standing forward bend if you want it. Otherwise, let's walk it out. Keep the heels down. If you can give me a down dog here, you may need to change around hand and foot positioning to get your optimum that works for you. In this particular position, I'm actually going to step back, leave the hands where they are, and that's my version of plank, but you might have liked to walk the hands forward. Then I'm going to soften on the knees, bring myself into more of a classic box position, big tuck on the cat, release it, look up. Let's do 2 more of those. Tuck around, release, look up, tuck around. And then here, when you tuck, it's tuck toes. Heels down, walk it in, soften the knees when you're ready, roll up, tuck the tailbone, reach out the top, dive forward, walk it out, hit that plank sooner rather than later. Let's bring those legs in, breathing in, breathing out, inhale, exhale, soften on the knees for me, open those knees, hands out if you'd like to, and I'm just going to push back, stretch us in our child's pose. Breathe in, breathe it out. As you come up, you might do a little split to come up. You can use your thigh and then up we are here, ready to go. So, warm up done, or done the job. And then, so if you want a water break now, it'd be perfect positioning at the beginning of your session. Just take a few sits for me because we're going to start going. We're going to start going with our movement patterns that have to start with. This has a lateral movement, so we're going to be moving and doing lateral high knees. It's not a run, it's not a jog it out. You can walk it out. You don't have to squat it out. I'm going to be kind of walking it and then getting a bit more cardio-esque with it. So as we go over, crunch. We can do little hops, little light toes, and then pull across. So it's entirely up to you what that looks like, and how it feels is let's do much more core than you think. Keep an upright posture until you're ready to do the crunch. So elevated, and then maybe it's hug in a little bit. See where you are with that one. Next up, from being up here, we go down there. We're going to go into a full plank. We're going to do a full plank with the crossbody mountain climbers, or a mountain climber, or a Spider-Man climb. Because we're going to do 3 rounds, what I'm going to say, I'm going to do one of each round. But if you feel that you sit better with one of them, do the same one for all 3, or, you know, mix and match what seems good. Then we'll be up again. We're going to do a squat or a squat jump with an alternating toe or heel tap, however your kind of flexibility allows. And then we've got a sumo squat with a knee drive. So that's our first 4, just to kind of lead you in to know that you're coming up and down, a couple more up. So you're mixing upper and lower body. And we're just going to get going with a little cardio to start us off with. And that cardio, as mentioned, can be wherever you like it to be. So I'm going to have to get this timer going. Enough procrastination over here. So for this cardio, for this first one, we'll kind of cap it about the 40 seconds. Start calm, go with the flow, go a bit faster, entirely up to you. So little mini hops, drive. Little hop, so it's a little bit of travel, and then a little pause, and then you've got that opposite elbow to knee drive for me. If you've got a wider space and you do want to travel through it, and you actually want to bound along your mat or your distance, whatever you've got, please do. If you just want to keep on these light toes, you're still on the tiptoes, you're still with a nice big core engagement, hollowed out belly to get that crunch element going. Time-wise, just 10 seconds on the clock. Then we got that plank. Let's do one more there and back. And pause, lovely. So I'm just going to reposition my mat, get myself down ready. If you want to roll down or just come down, I don't mind. I'm going to come down on this one. So full plank or kneeling, you can absolutely do this as a box position, and you can do mountain climbers with a bit of C-curve if you want to. Otherwise, alternating knees, driving towards tummy button or towards your chest. I'm going to go with full plank. I'm going to go with a slow tempo, might quicken it up as I get towards the end. We're going to put 40 seconds again on the clock on this one. Let me do that. So flat hands, plant them, tuck toes, lifting, thumbs underneath you. When you're ready, drive. So listen to the body. If you have any wrist issues, you could give me some up here, some on a kneeling. If you actually already get on better with giving me a crossbody mounted climber, please do. But here you are, halfway through already. I might like a steady tempo, a driving knee, a calmer option. I might like a speedier version. And I'm going to just run it out a little bit. 3, 2, 1. So not loads. Not loads are running out, but a little bit. So feel like if you need to, maybe come up first. Feel like if you need to, shake out those wrists. Press it, stretch it out through the hands. Shake out through the wrists a little bit more. And then from here, we went into our squat jumps if you want them. And otherwise, so what I might do is, because we've got the 3 rounds, I'm going to not squat jump on the first one. I'm just going to squat. So wide plie or parallel, wide plie or somewhere in between. So I'm going to sit down and then I'm going to go in and in. If you want to give me squat one, squat the other side, we can also do that. So I'm just going to mix and match, but you're coming to the inside and inside. So you don't have to touch the ankle. You don't have to touch the calf. You can just reach and just get those knees going out and out. So this one we're going to put 45 seconds on. When you're ready, slide down, in. I'm going to do the squat version for everyone. And potentially that makes me a little slower. So I want to feel the squat working. I want to get down low. I want to lift up and get that knee up and out. And I'm going to make it work for my body and my tempo. So if I want to speed it up, I can. If you do want to put a squat jump into this, you absolutely can. It may never come. It's entirely up to you. About the 10 seconds from here. Nearly done. Let's make it. Next one, last one. Great timing. Okay, so next up I mentioned, so that one was the sumo version. That was a sumo squat or a wide plie with the inside tapping. Now you basically got the same thing, but if you would prefer, you can give me a parallel. So you could give me a parallel squat and then a crunch that just brings you up to the center. If you'd like the wide plie, what I'm going to do is do wide plie and give myself a big pull down. So it's another crunch on the obliques. But if you want to keep it down the middle, you have that option. So here we go with squat and pull. So I'm going to do squat and do a pull for a change. So on the last exercise, I put a squat in after every movement. Here, I'm going to stay up, drop down, pull, slide it, drive those knees. Halfway. This one, we have 45 seconds on the clock again. Pull, breathe in. Keep going. 10 seconds on the clock here. How many more can you get in? How strong can you feel? Last one. Pause. Ooh, good timing for a girl that can't see her watch. So up next, like I mentioned, we got some up and down. We've done 4. This one, you need a breather because you're up here. Grab that water break. What does it just tell you the next? We've got a diamond push-up, kneeling or full. Definitely going to do kneeling on my first one. See where I am for the rest. Then we're coming up again. We're coming into a wide squat with a rear heel tap. So we went inside. We are going to come outside, or crossing outside. So see where you are when we get to there. But your first one is down on the mat. Again, come down, roll down, or just come on down. Box position, or slightly an elevated reaching option. Oh, sorry, diamond, should tell you. Thumbs together, first fingers together, make that diamond shape. Pop it down in front of you. It's all about your triceps. So if I was in a classic box position, it would be right underneath. I'm just going to put mine a little further in front. And what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in. As you come down, you're going to exhale as you come up. I want more from your core. I do not need you to let go and have a soft amount of kind of core engagement. I want it strong to pull up. You breathe in, you push away from the floor. You let those elbows glide down and then you power tall. You power on back to that start position. Keep going. You've got about 10 seconds. Breathe in, breathe out. I need more from your core to finish these strong. Last repetition. And done. If you need it, you can always stretch out, whether it's a child's pose or I'm just going to do a little bit of pull because we worked those arms, or a little bit of floaty, floppy, whatever it might be. And then you can come back up for me. So this one again, we put wide plie. Have you noticed there's some wide plies in your future? So we've got wide plie and we've got that alternating heel tap. If you want to be doing it whilst you're lowering the legs, you can do. If you want to be doing it with a quicker tempo, you can do. If you just want to squat and kick, but you don't want to reach a thing, it's a squat and a heel kick, really. So maybe think less, just do. So wide plie, drop down, and then I'm going to kick. If you want to, you can kick on the same side. Squat and then kick. I quite like the alternating. So I'm going to do opposite hand and foot. So I'm going to go down, kick. Down, kick. Breathe in, breathe it out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale down, exhale, kick it out. You've got about 15 seconds. If you want to put more squats in, less kicking out, and vice versa, you absolutely can. Down and up for me. Let's do 3. You got 2. Last one. Woo. Perfect. Okie dokie. So, there we are. So time now for us to have a little bit of balancing. So we're going to be balancing from high to low, as it were. So should you need it, you can have a chair, because we're going to try and do a little hovering where we're balancing on one leg and we're going to hover to maybe reach in front or touch the floor. When you come up, bring your knee with you. So if you'd like to, and you need the support, the leg that's staying put on the floor is the same side as your support, and you could reach and drive. And you could do that with the support. You can still do it at that angle anyway, with your body weight. And obviously we're going to do one leg this time, and we'll do the other on the next round. If you can reach and pull, but you want to tap down, that one I was pulling out already before I decided. Before I decided to tell you. So you could reach and tap down. That was what I was meant to do. Then you absolutely can, because that is a brilliant kind of transition. Picking a good side, who knows what your good side is, because we've got to do both sides. So this one, when you're ready, sit down in supporting leg, cores engaged. I'm just going to lift that back leg. I've got a toe tap in my future if I want it. I've got a pointed toe behind, or I can bring for that knee drive. It's all relative. You actually want to tap the toe and then bring the knee up to drive anyway. That's what you can do. You're just breaking it down, because there's multiple movement patterns in one go here. And when I say touchdown, just a reach down is still really brilliant. You may leave it that you don't touch down on the first side, but you've got more confidence, just that brain-body connection on the second side, but it's a totally different story. Should we do about 3 more together? Let's do 2. And 1. So as I was getting more confident, that was me getting a little closer to the floor, but I wasn't there just yet. Other side, I might be. So we'll table that one for a moment, and then we're actually going to come into tricep dips on their own or in a tabletop. So we're down on the floor again. You might just want to sit down, and then when you're ready for it, it's entirely up to you how intense, because there's always a kind of hybrid that you can put into something. So tricep dips, let's roll those shoulders, elbows lovely and far behind you, but quite tight together. Fingertips face your bottom, heels digging, feet flat, I don't mind. Calmer version, just walk forward a little bit. Calmer version is just not down too far. If you want to go lower and you want to squeeze on the way up, you absolutely can. So tabletop would be doing the same thing, but coming down and pushing up. So you decide if you want to have 1 foot down, 1 leg up, or even on the tiptoes, both feet down, tricep dipping, both feet down and a tabletop. I'm going to do tabletop. I'm going to keep both feet down. I'm going to reset because I need to just bring those shoulders together, plant my feet, lift up, know what my max is, put all the weight into the heel of the hands. Neither option needs to have very many reps. Less is more usually. I want you to feel where we're working, so upper body and core combined. If you're doing this tabletop, give me some glute squeeze and use those big muscles there to help support you. Remember, you're exhaling on exertion. That's me pushing my bottom up in this one. So I'm going to do 3 more. Let's do 2. Last one. Lovely. Just pop it down if you're up there. And then gently shake it out or round it out, or even hold to do the same thing where you're holding and pushing your feet into your hands. Next up, we have dive bomber, which basically is a little bit of a hybrid. It's an idea of maybe doing, it could look like dolphin pose, or it could look like a down dog with a kind of push-up element to it, if you're kind of in the mind's eye of this hybrid position. So you can come from the kneeling position with the flat hands, the strong core, the parallel legs, the tucked toes. When we lift up, your dive bomber could really just be come in and out. So you could come in and through, like doing a little bit of a cobra. So you're just rolling through. If you don't find that that works for your shoulders for any number of reasons, you could lift up and just do a little gentle nudge forward, and you can always tap down and give you more of a down dog with a little push forward, not a roll in, roll out. You might not find every rep is the same anyway, so wherever you are with this, if you want to give me your best and final on the very first, and then you want to rest or stretch it out through other ones, you can. On the tiptoes, and you could come into a plank, you could down dog, and then you soften the elbows, hit the plank, hit the down dog. I'm rolling through, pushing back. I'm softening those elbows into plank, down dog. dog. I've still got my toes up rather than doing a classic down dog where my heels are there, because I'm really ready then for the kind of plank element of this. You've got about 5 seconds. If you just want to hold a plank for me, please do. Last one. And again, pop it down. You might like the same idea. Give those poor little wrists a shake out or a little flick here and there. And then we're coming to lie on our back. So hurrah for that. We're at exercise number 10. And this is going to be Froggy Crunches. So lots of options as always, but basically spin around for me. Maybe hug your knees to get you there. When you lie on the back, I'm going to hug the knees and put my heels together. If you don't want to curl up, reach it, or right down the center. If you can reach left and right, and then you want to pull the knees in, you can actually bring yourself into a little bit of a reverse curl. If you're okay to give me it with a curl up, just curl up at all angles. Left, right, center, reach. Left, right, center, reach. Pressing wherever you can to challenge yourself. If you need to lightly hold the head and give me some different angles on one side, one arm, and then the other, please do. If you're required to rest it out for the head, neck, and shoulders, just put the head down. We've got about 5 seconds, so what can you give me for 3, 2, 1. Release it wherever you like. So here we could give ourselves a little wiggle out through the ankles and a kind of calm version of a hamstring stretch. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. And then you might hug the knees in anyway, but you might just hug, rock and roll for me and come on up. When you come up, let's spin it round. Do it nice and calm though. You don't have to go throwing yourself around. And then you are up. When you're up, have that water break. It's a good idea to have a little bit of calm before we reset ourselves. And if we remember where we were at the beginning, so we're at round number 2 of our 10 exercises. So here we are taking the cardio, if we want it, maybe up a notch in terms of traveling distance, maybe on the lightness on the tips of those toes, maybe a deeper crunch. All of those things are relative to you and your body. When we're ready, let's get to it. So I'm going to get that timer on. We got to get going. Light, light toes, crunch. Light, light travel, travel across, crunch. Light on the toes. Maybe you get lower. Maybe you'd like more of a crunch, add a little bit more in those legs. A little bit of squatting down into your crunch. C-curve the spine. Whatever you feel is good, you're halfway. Want to go back more upright? Let's do it. Whatever feels good, keep pushing yourself. We're almost there. Last 5. Last 3. And pause. Perfect. Brilliant. Lovely. Okie dokie. So, calm. Who knows if it's calm? We're coming down. I'm just going to reposition my mat. It's your plank. It could be an all fours. It could be a repeat of mountain climber down the center. I'm going to go ahead and do crossbody mountain climber. And we're just going to go with the flow. What are you feeling? Box position might start you off. Plank position in a calm fashion might be your best bet. Breathe in and breathe it out. You don't have to push yourself in terms of speed, because the pushing yourself will be connecting with your core. Just travel the distance of these knees driving front or side to side that is appropriate to your body. And I like this tempo, so I'm going to stay with it for the last 5 seconds. One more each side for me. And done. You might want to stay there. I'm halfway up, halfway down, so I'm just going to shake it out because I'm going up, hands on hips or hands on thighs. When we come up, we are coming back into versions of squats because they all have very similar themes, these ones. So this one is your, I did do a wide plie, so a wide plie squat that I put a squat and then a single-sided movement, a squat and a single-sided movement too. So that was me with my nice posture, sliding down, and then the tap was on the inside. The knee was out. I'm tapping on the inside of the ankle or wherever, And then I'm going to do another squat, and that's when I'll go to the other side. So if you're with me for that, let's do it. Slide down, tap, drop down. So again, you can have this at a really nice, deep, challenging squat position or wide plie positioning. And then you can slowly come up, but you're bringing that leg up. You could bring that knee out wider. You can slide and drive. Challenge those tempo changes if you want them. Put in and out the best versions that keep challenging you. It's about 5 seconds on the clock, so I'm going to do one more each side from here for me. Next one, last one. Lovely. Pause it there for me. So, up next. Some more breathing. So we've done a lateral, we've done our cardio, we've done our plank, we've done our squat. This one has your alternate knee drive. So it's basically the same thing, but instead of doing one squat, one leg movement, I'm going to do the two sides up at the top, then put the squat in. And I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to pull and pull. So it's a standing abdominal crunch with your sumo squat, or with your wide plie. So let's get to it. Nothing changes in terms of the positioning, but if you can, give me more drive. Get that knee up. Pull your arms down and around. Breathe in. Breathe it out. Inhale. Exhale. Halfway. What more can you give me? More core. More concentrated movement. More arm movement. Where are you for the last 10 seconds? Keep going. Push. Breathe in. Breathe it out. Last one. Woo. Nicely done. So we've done some up. It's time to go down again. Diamond push-ups. I liked where I was. So I liked being on the all fours. I felt I got a nice range of motion. I can really engage the core, and I've got a little bit of a reaching out option. So fingertips together, thumbs together. When you're ready for it, put the weight over those hands. Go down, press it up. Breathe in, exhale. So keep with a nice, strong push away from the floor. It's in the name. Push yourself back up with power and strength from within. Squeeze into those arms. You are working triceps here in this position. Don't let go of the core. Keep the lovely flat back. 5 more seconds coming your way. Press. 2 more. 1 more. Perfect. So, again, might warrant a little something. What is this? I don't know. I'm trying to get myself a bit too close to the wall. So I thought I might do this and then realize I was going to whack the wall. That would not help my stretching. And then if you want to as well, you can just do some opening of the chest. You can give it yourself a little shoulder roll or head neck mobilization whilst you're here, because we've got to go up again. And these wide squats have the rear heel tap. So they may or may not go a little speedy or a little bit more fluid than our first time of asking of these ones. But again, you've got the same side that you could kick. So if you want to give me for a change, and I actually might do it on this one, is a parallel squat and then a kick, kick. That might be a nice change on this second round. We could always go back to some wide plies. Otherwise, it was wide plie and then same side kicking or opposite kicking. So I'm actually going to go parallel, just mixing it up a little bit. You see where you are, so I'm going to drop down and then kick, kick. Breathe in, breathe out. So you just got a little reprieve now when you kick out, because you are not using the legs in the exact same way. I've still got to use the core. I've still got to pull up, out through the pelvis, out through the crown of the head, because I'm doing this little kick out behind me or heel kicks with a nice upright posture. You're way past halfway. We've got about 10 seconds to go from here. Drop it, kick it. You can be doing your wide plie version, same arm or opposite. Let's do 2 more each side though. Last one, done. Perfect. Breathing. If you haven't had a water break, this might be the time. So we have got the 3 that are kind of mat-based now. So And like I said, oh no, we haven't, sorry, we've got one more standing. Don't have your water yet, you're going to hinge on the hips. So if you've done it, oh dear, you peaked too soon. So anyway, on the other side, if you remember, we had, so I've got to go on my right leg. I've got my left leg doing the helpful balance challenge and the hinge and the reach. If you want to do a little row that helps you, you can pop that in. But if you can, you're doing it without a toe tap, and then you're hinging at the hips, bringing that knee in, putting a little crunch in, and bringing an extra knee drive into the mix. So, are you ready for this second side? Reach down for me, the bent leg, and have a knee drive after a toe tap. You could have it as you're coming, or you can kind of pause and then knee drive. There's always a different variation that will sit differently for you and I and anyone else, along with our single side. So when you've got a single-sided exercise, there will be differences from side to side. Just challenge the depth of the reach down, challenge the drive up. Let's do 3 more together. Nearly there. Here you go. Last one. And pause it. Perfect. So now you're allowed to go down. Now you've got the final 3 down on the mat. We've got the tabletop or the tricep dip. So it's a tabletop with the tricep dip, or keep the bottom down. We've got that dive bomber, which basically, if you just want to hold a plank, you could hold a plank or a box position, or kind of slip in something else we've already done together. And then that final one is our froggy crunches. So let's come down, and then I'm just going to walk forward to then spin round, more so just that I'm on the camera angle. So when I spin round, I'm going to roll those shoulders, pop my fingertips at my bottom, might help if I put the timer on first, and then I'm going to keep the feet down. If I would like to have this tricep dip, I will also keep the bottom down. I'll breathe in on the way down, push up to come away. So if you want to stay here, carry on with your tricep dipping. If you just want to have a little pause, reset, lift up, push the weight into the heel of the hands, and go down and up. You might get less in if you're going to do this tabletop tricep dip for me. See where you are with it. Challenge yourself, appropriate to you and your body. Keep going. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 5. Push it. 4. Give me some more glutes if you're doing the tabletop. 2 more. 1 more. Woo! That was a good one. So from here, same idea. If you want to just do it cross-legged or any other way, you can stretch the arms out and reach it and just have a little tricep dip before you do the dive bombers, because you're basically working your arms just on that flip side, aren't you? So cross I go, up I go, out I go. And then round you come, hold a plank. You can hold a forearm plank, a full plank. You could have an all-fours position to hold. Anything goes. If you want that dive bomber, it's kind of the down dog through the plank, or down dog to plank would be another option. But otherwise, give you a bit of undulating. So you're kind of sweeping in, sweeping out of it. Let's get to it. It's this and 1 more. So I'm going to do my down dog, not quite the heels down. Soften my elbows through to a plank. Thumbs up. Out I go to stretch. Down I go to come through and hold. Lift it. Pause it in the plank. Lift it. You're about halfway. So if you need to take out this undulating movement, if it's too much for wrists or shoulders potentially, give me a holding version. I'm just going to do 1 more though. And pause it. Lovely. So we swing round. We can hug as we go. So you can rock and roll into your back if you want to. I'm just going to reset the timer. Froggy legs. Let's go with the head and shoulders down if you prefer. Hold the head and gently challenge to press just one side or the midline. You could swap hands holding, go across the body, or again down the midline. If you're with me, for froggy crunches, you could pull in as you push. Press. It's 5 seconds. That's all walk it out, don't just stop. So just walk it out a little bit, shake it out a touch, flick it out a little bit through wrists and shoulders, and sweep those arms. And then we're water breaking if you want it. I'm just gonna continue to chit chat. And then we go into a last and a final round. So you may or may not have any changes coming your way. You may or may not go deeper, stronger, more challenging options, or it might be the flip side. Round 2 might have been your sort of peak, and then you're kind of maintaining on this one. I don't mind, but if you can push it, this is the one to do it because it's last of everything. There's no repeat of anything. Once we're done with one, we're done. So just think about that. Do one exercise at a time. We've got the lateral little traveling hops, traveling movement, and then the knee drive. So let's get on with that. Let's travel over, crunch. Over you go, crunch. Over, over, drive, over, over, crunch. If you want to get lower in the legs for the actual lateral movement, you can. If you want to go wider and give me bigger steps where you kind of bounce over, you pop a bit of a speedier option, you can. There's so many different variations on a thing. Pick one, push it, challenge it. You've got 5 seconds. What can we do in 5 seconds? Give it your all for me. Last one there and back. Pause. Woo. Yay. Those ones are done. So onwards, down we go. Full plank. You had it. Mountain climber down the middle if you want to repeat. Crossbody mountain climber if you want to repeat. Spider-Man climb is going to the outside. That's what I'm going to do. Probably a slower tempo. I'm not speeding that one up at all. If you want to do a mix of everything, you really can. So let's get to it. Get yourself in a plank or a kneeling option. Lift up and hold with the core. When you're ready, I'm going to go to the side. So my knee is coming outside of my lower portion of my arm, but you can take it higher as well. There's that challenge to be had, but it's going on the outside. You've only got about 10 seconds, so if you want to change to another option or speed it up, you can. 5 seconds. Almost there. One more each side. Pause it. Woo! I'm just going to celebrate every time we've done one. That's 2 done. Woo! So we have to come up. You shake it out, you move around, you do what you need to do. On this one, again, we have those options. We're going to do the toe tap that makes sense for you. So I'm going to, sorry, I meant a heel tap. You can do a toe tap. If you want to give me a squat and a toe tap, or you just want to do a cardio toe tap up here, you're done with doing this, or drop the squat and just do that for me, because we can do this if you would prefer. So that puts a little bit more cardio in, should you want it. I'm going to do a wide plie, as I've done the others, with the wide plie in the middle again, and one side then the other. So mine will be slower. You decide where you are. We are in it together, down. I'm going to go inside, down, other side. Drop it, lift it, and I'm opening, because I'm lifting that knee out on the angle, opening up to work my inner thighs, both on the wide plie, and when I'm coming in to tap that inside of the heel. Down, up and out. Breathe in, breathe out. You're so close now. You've got about 10 seconds. What can you bring to finish out this one strong? Keep going for me. I'm going to do one more each side. Last one for me. Woo! Done. Again, celebrate the win. So, breathing. This one had the alternating knee drive. So this could have the wide plie if you did not just do it with our pull down, but I actually don't mind popping in the idea of this with a parallel. So later on, we have a wide squat and a heel tap, sorry, a wide plie, which I made parallel on the last round. I'm going to flip that. I'm going to make this the parallel option. So I'm going to go parallel and I'm going to pull to the front. My foot just went out a bit to the side, but it's just, it is what it is. I am pulling down the center. And I'm going to do one squat, pull, pull, squat, pull, pull. So, or knee drive. So, wide plie or parallel and pull, pull. Down, drive, drive. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep going. Whatever option you are doing, this is the last time I'm asking of this one. What can you bring to it? Drive those knees higher. Halfway. You are so close. Keep going. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Drive. Drive. 2 more. 1 more. Woo. Woo. I was going to let out the woohoo earlier and realize I have to breathe. I have to engage the core and breathe. So there we are. So 4 done. We are down. Heart rate is definitely up on that one. So we are down for diamond push-ups. I haven't even done a full plank one of these because I've done full plank later on with dive bomber and with my mountain climber options. So where are you with this? Are you going to give me a version that has a full plank? Maybe not. I don't mind. It's entirely up to you. So what we have coming up is the diamond shape. The push-up is up to you whether you're kneeling or not. So are you ready to come into your most appropriate position? I'm going to really do a nice wide handstand for hands. I'm going to walk it back a little bit and then I'm going to breathe in and press it up. This is where you take the heart rate down a little bit. So do a slower, more controlled version for me. We breathe in, we breathe out. You take your time, you travel through the most appropriate version that is good to feel the work, but just not push you too far, too soon. It's all relative. You've got about 5 seconds on the clock from here. Let's maybe do 2 strong ones. 1 more. Perfect. So, little bit of a lean, little bit of a shake, little bit of a roll, whatever you feel is good. Because we've got to come up. I mentioned flipping it back again, so I'm going to go back to the wide plie. This wide plie is going to have, again, those crossing behind. So if you actually just want to drop the idea of putting the hands there, you can just kick, and you might actually move the waist a little bit more by having your arms up front. So there could be that that's a little different this time on this round. But I'm going to sit into the wide plie, and then I'm going to kick, kick. So I'm going to drop, kick, kick. So I might actually do a speedier kick because I'm not trying to worry about where my hands are going behind me. And just be careful that you're actually kicking the bottom. Just make sure that you're engaged with the core. You drop down, slide it, lift it, kick it, down, up, up. So it might have a speedier tempo for me. I'm okay with that because you're pretty warm now. And we're finishing out this round. We're finishing out this set. And we're finishing out this workout really strong. Down, up and out. Last one. Woo. Perfect. Done. So next up, we've got to do both sides because we've got that balance with the kind of hinge at the hips, the reach, and then the knee drive. So we'll kind of cut it in half. We'll do about 25 seconds on one leg and then on the other. So I really don't mind which leg you pick. Stand up tall, hover, gently lean. Maybe it's a calm drive. It could be calm for every single rep, or it could be a lovely hollowed out belly. Get that knee higher. Breathe in, breathe out. Reach it, drive it. 2 more, then we'll swap. 1 more. Lovely. Switch it. Get ready. Slide it. Drive it slow or drive it high. Drive it stronger. It's all entirely up to you. Breathing in and breathe it out. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2, and pause. Lovely. So down on the mat we go. We've got the last 3 finishers. Woohoo for that. We've got tricep dips if you want to leave it at tricep dips because it's worked already for you. Or give me the tabletop version of the same thing. Dive bomber or holding plank. And then if you are ready for it, we are going to go with Froggy Crunches. So let's get down. I'm going to go down to spin round. So I'm just going to sit on my bottom, spin myself round. Position yourself with your parallel legs, parallel arms, roll those shoulders, lift it if you're going to lift. If you feel like lifting and holding here, please do. If you want a tricep dip, then let's do it. Bend the arms, straighten them. Bend them, straighten them. Don't just drop the bottom. When you lift, push all the way back into the heel of the hands, into those arms. Use your glutes. If you're giving me this tabletop version, let's do 5. We got 4, 3, 2. Woo! Oh, that one gets the heart rate. It gets me hot, that one. So, dive bomber, holding plank, maybe a balancing tabletop if you want that. But otherwise, come with me. We are 2 exercises away from the end. Woo-hoo-hoo! Plant the hands, full plank, parallel arms, parallel legs. Get yourself into a bit of down dog stretching, and then if you can soften the elbows, come through, hold the plank. Bum up, stretch it, lower, hold it. Reach it, press it, drive through. You are so close now, with about 10 seconds to go on this one, and then 1 more. Just the 1 more exercise. Keep going. 2 more reps. Up, down and out. 1 more. Woohoo! Yeah, let's do it. We get to lie down. Yeah! Let's lie down. Hug those knees in. Just press your lower back into the mat. Heels together. Are you holding the head and coming up and giving me 1 single side? Reach it. Reach it. Then you could swap for me. Reach it. Or can you reach through the midline? Could you go from the mat? Reach crunch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Where are you with reaching side to side and staying up? Can you finish like this? 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo! You are done. Woohoo! So, we are flopping out with those legs. We are stretching out with those arms. We are staying here. We're already here. Maybe just wiggle through the wrist whilst you're here. Maybe interlace and just stretch the upper body. If you do want to bring the legs in to do this and have a full body stretch, point the toes out. Stretch it, reach it. Then I'm going to bring my feet in and just have a calm, because we've just done curl up. Just hold behind the thigh for your hamstring stretch. Breathe in, swap over, reach it. Let's do another one just the same. If you've got the flexibility to keep the head and shoulders down but hold the calf, let's do it. Repeat on the other side for me. And then you might as well do that leg where you cross over. You can hang out there. Just gently put some weight into the inside of that knee, or curl up and just pull it in. It's a classic one here for your glute of the bent leg. But I'm just going to put my head down and swap so I'm on the other side. Come on through, lift it. And then I'm just going to rock and roll that side that I was on. I'm going to plant my hands. I'm going to do a cat-cow. I'm just going to come to the side. I'm just going to do cat-cow here. Breathing in, breathe it out. Inhale, exhale. If you can tuck the toes, or you want to actually do a slow roll up from there, please do. When we're up, we've already done this together, where we split the legs and did a little hinge. Sorry, we did a wide version. We're going to do a split leg version, reaching. And if you can, come down. Maybe you'd just like to do one side and then go ahead and do the other. Both feet facing forward, or a little turn out of the back foot. If you can challenge to just spread out a little bit and give me a deeper version of the same thing on that first side. And then on the second side, Hinge it. Lovely. When we're up, we're just going to do some big circular arms one direction. Take it the other way. Take it one way. Take it the other. Just have thumbs up. Open the chest. Just give me a little step forward. Release. Do a switch. Pull the thumbs, chest up. You are done. Well done to you. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you here again very, very soon. Take care now.